Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's OmniVue webinar series. I'm Cheryl Gandy, and I'm the marketing coordinator with OmniVue, and we're real glad that you've joined us today. OmniVue is hosting today's webinar in partnership with our web portal solution experts, Adxstudio. And this presentation is going to be real brief, but super impactful. So in the next 30 minutes, you'll see how web portals can really supercharge your Microsoft Dynamics CRM. Let me please share a little bit about OmniVue with you. And we're a Microsoft Certified Gold Partner. We're headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. We've been helping businesses thrive with the full Microsoft Dynamics offerings, ERP, CRM, cloud, and hosting solutions since about 2003. And our core reason for being at OmniVue is to transform software into capabilities. And that really enables you to increase your productivity and profitability. One of our goals is to help our clients see their world. So part of doing that is offering this monthly webinar series. Today, we've invited Adxstudio, our go-to experts for web portal solutions that enhance Microsoft Dynamics CRM. We're really thrilled that Adxstudio is with us today. They are a 2014 Gold Applications Partner. They are in the President's Club membership, and they're Canadian Region Partner of the Year. And our presenter today is Corey Christoffel. He's a product specialist with Adxstudio, and he's a partner sales liaison as well. He's been with them for over 7 years, and he's participated in over 200 CRM engagements. Corey holds certificates in Dynamics CRM applications and Dynamics customization and configuration. So as you can see, Corey's truly a powerhouse of web portal knowledge, and he's bringing it to you today. So let's dive in and see how web portals can unlock your CRM potential. Welcome, Corey.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I really appreciate this chance to show our tool. The presentation today is going to consist of a quick slideshow just to walk through some primary principles of Adxstudio portals with CRM, and then a practical demonstration of our community scenario with help desk as part of the walkthrough. So with that said, just a little bit about Adxstudio. We're a company of about 58 employees or so, working across North America. We've got partners across the world, really, through North America, UK, Australia, and Europe, etc. We've got a number of different customers working through partners, and we were founded in '98 building out web portal solutions on a number of technologies, and have settled on delivering solutions through Dynamics CRM. So the tool you're going to see today is called Adxstudio Portals. Adxstudio Portals is a web content management and application framework for Dynamics CRM. It allows you to build out a web structure for your external clients with no need for another database or another management system except for the CRM. It really extends your CRM investment out to meet with a web clientele. Content, configuration, and display data are all stored within CRM as that database. It works with any entity in CRM. Today's demonstration is going to be focused on working through sort of a help desk scenario or a customer self-service scenario, but really that's just an example of the power that there is in the box to extend CRM out with whatever functionality that you've built into your internal CRM deployment, and allow your external customers to interface with that data. So it's a perfect complement to the CRM integrated applications like Parature or MDM, social listening, unified service desktop, or really anything that you've put into CRM. One of the core tenets of our solution is that any data that's residing in CRM can be a part of your web portal solution for your front-end customers, allowing you to tailor a view of the CRM, relevant CRM data for your customers to them in a portal scenario, web portal scenario. The solution includes an integrated content management system, so the ability to create and manage content for the website, authentication for your external customers to authenticate into the CRM portal. That authentication is done through the contact record, allowing you to avoid sort of licensing per user costs for each of your external users or your external stakeholders. With that authentication scenario against the contact record, we've included web security, so the ability to manage and tailor your web view for each different group of external stakeholders that you might have. Portal users can come in and manage their profile, handle security issues, and deal with personalization in a really structured way that comes from that CRM security model being refiltered out to that external group. Branding the portals is very simply done. We're using a standard called Bootstrap that allows for both skinning and template configuration capability. It works on any device. You'll see they're really responsive to whatever device you happen to be using, whether that's a desktop PC or a tablet or a mobile phone. And the sites can be integrated with all kinds of third parties, including Facebook and Twitter and Google. It's SEO friendly, can really handle bringing good search results back, and full site search capabilities as well. Now, really, all of this technology that I've just described in those first couple of slides is only valuable if you can express those capabilities against a group of contacts that are outside of your organization that makes sense. And the scenario that we want to talk through today is the customer communities and self-service scenarios. This really allows us to take a focus on a group of external contacts and deliver a world-class experience to them through a portal that's connected with CRM. Our customer communities scenario allows for discussion forums between those external stakeholders, allowing you to connect through forum activity, all of that data being stored back in CRM, internal corporate blogging or even external blogging distributed to your contact group, allowing for engagement through, again, comments and ratings, RSS feeding out the content to different blog readers, etc. The ability to create and manage polls and surveys through CRM, delivering out response items that can be then again tracked and metrics through CRM reporting services, and then crowdsourcing for ideas and issues, being able to manage customer response on both forward-looking ideas and tracking through issues in that type of a scenario as well. Our customer service experience includes help desk, service scheduling, customer care surveys, and entitlement and SLAs. And we're going to actually dig right into this particular scenario as we walk through our demonstration, really being able to sort of tailor an experience through the help desk to a customer using Dynamics CRM. Now, what I'm describing in these two scenarios is really just a limited subset of our extended capabilities, and there are a number of different portal features we could talk about today, and certainly we're very happy to do follow-up with any of you folks to help you understand these better as we go along. But to avoid talking through every single possible component, I'm going to speak through a particular demonstration today on our community site. So with that, I'm just going to switch the screen here over to my virtual PC. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. So right now we're looking at the community portal. This is the default implementation of our customer service or self-service site. We're looking at it right now as an unauthenticated visitor. I just want to quickly describe a couple of features here that sort of underlie the technology base behind Adxstudio portals. So what we're looking at here is the web view of the content that's being stored in CRM. And when you install Adxstudio portals into CRM, you'll find that there's now a portals area that contains all of the data necessary to drive the website that you're viewing. You can host many different websites in CRM, focused at different target audiences potentially, and within each of the portals themselves, you'll be able to find all of the content that's related to that particular site, whether that be child pages, related files, etc. This is the root of your content management system for the portal, and certainly you can edit the content here. We've also gone in and designed a content management experience for an end user that's a little bit more friendly on the front side of the portal. I just want to spend one moment here quickly giving you an overview of how that plays out. Because no matter what your site scenario is, you're going to be looking at presenting some content to that group, whether that be documentation or marketing content, etc. So when we look here, we can manage things like the navigation. handling any different pages that we want to put up there, moving those items around, and having that content change reflected in real time. We can also manage page level content, things like the actual page copy or the images or files that are associated by creating new child files and child pages. I don't want to spend a really long time here in the CMS, but I do just want to note that that capability really is sitting there under the hood, allowing you to create a very rich website experience for your users. This website content is being presented through an IIS server, which is really just typical Microsoft web hosting, allowing you to have a very scalable environment for building these websites out, whether it's in an on-premise scenario or in online. Also, just as a side note, you can use Adxstudio portals in any of the available CRM implementations, whether that be CRM Online or on-premise or partner-hosted. With all that said, I'd like to now walk through a user experience of a particular contact who's coming to the community portal and wants to engage with the site through a help desk ticket. Now this site as a scenario has a number of different components. I already mentioned a few of them in the slideshow, but you'll see here as we look through the site, we've got a help desk area, we've got typical content which is searchable and multilingual potentially. We have events management allowing us to host things like training events or webinars like this one, or what have you, as a registered item. And those registrations all get tracked back into CRM. We've got issue tracking and some other social components. The one I want to focus on here is just the blog page because I've got it secured and it lets me quickly segue into a security conversation. So with the social area, I clicked on blogs and we'll see that I was brought to the sign-in page. In this case, because I'm not able to actually access that page without being granted access. And when we're on the sign-on page here, I want to quickly just talk through some of the options that we have for connecting those external users with their contact in CRM. So the first thing I want to see here is this access to an invitation code or sign up. Now an invitation code grants us some functionality that will really help us to connect an existing group of contacts from CRM to the portal. An invitation code can be sent out from the CRM to a group of contacts or a contact, giving them the ability to consume that code with whatever login they need, whether that be a local account or an identity provider. And when they log in, they actually connect with their existing CRM contact and are granted access to the site based on that contact's current permission set. And we're going to look at that in just a moment. We also have the ability to sign up for a brand new account, effectively creating a new contact in the CRM, which will then allow us to take action on that contact through workflow or just as a CRM user responding to that new account creation. Now in this scenario, I'm going to log in with an existing account. And I want to quickly show you in CRM what we've done with that account to provide a tailored view of the website as that contact moves through the website. So we'll see here the contact I'm going to use today is called Portal Customer. And if we look here at the portal contact form, we can see that this is a typical contact record. One thing I want to mention here is that Adxstudio is an additive solution, meaning that we don't overwrite any of the existing forms that are in your CRM. So if you've already been through a CRM implementation and you've designed a number of existing forms that you're happy with, we actually add in new forms for the Adxstudio components that provide access to the data that we need. So first you'll see here is a typical contact record. We've added a web authentication area, and you'll see the username, the potential to reset their password if they're an internal user. If you're using an identity provider like Google or Facebook or Yahoo or LiveID as one of the ways of logging into your site, you would see that represented here. We can tell that this person is allowed to log in because their logon's been enabled. They're not locked out, and we can see an audit trail of some of the activity that this person has had on the site. Now this auditing is really handy when you're looking at sort of seeing site metrics and how often or how busy your website has been. You can also leverage something like Google Analytics or a web analytics package if you're choosing as part of your site implementation to collect more data that way. When we look at Portal Customer, he's able to log in, but he's also been granted access to the website in a couple of other ways. And those are managed through what's called web roles. And you'll see here, Portal Customer is a part of the blog group. Now the blog group has been granted access based on just membership to the group. So you can see that we've got a couple of contacts associated with the blog group here. Those contacts are being given access to particular web pages, and we'll see that under web page access control. So in this case here we can see that the contacts that are part of this group are the only ones that the read has been restricted down to just that group that can see the blog page. And that's why when I was going to sign in there, or when I went to the blog page, I couldn't see it until I'd signed in. Now groups can be all kinds of different scenarios. You can have authenticated users or anonymous users. You can have a group of contacts or a group of accounts or users. And access to the site can be granted on a number of different levels, both on the page level as well as with events or forums or other kinds of website content activity. But there's an even deeper level of security that we provide when we're looking at applications like the help desk, where we want to be able to provide record level access to the site. So far all I've really shown you is page level or content level access at this blog page level, but we also needed a permission level that would control which help desk tickets a person could use or manage. And we've done that in a couple of ways, either through entity permissions or through specific permissions that have been granted. And that's sort of a little bit of a deeper topic that we can talk to in a follow-up conversation. So with all of that said, now I'm going to sign into the community portal as customer. And once I've logged in, we'll see the blog page pop up. So this is showing our blog functionality. We can host multiple blogs. You'll see a couple of them here, as well as tagged browsing and archival browsing, etc. Okay, so with that, we've covered our security part of the conversation. I'd like to now talk to the help desk scenario and the logged in scenario for this particular user. So we can see that once we've logged in, portal customer now is a contact related to a profile, so we can go in and see his profile information. We can see the details of his profile here. These are details that are coming from CRM. These are actually the CRM data sets that we've already got for this particular customer. We can also see that we have contact choices, so the contact preferences, as well as newsletter subscription. This shows a couple of different ways that we've integrated with CRM right on one form. And the first way is that this form is actually being provided by a form in CRM. And so I wanted to show you that quickly. If we look into our portal contact again, this portal customer, we can see that there's also a form called Profile Web Form, where we can see all of the fields that you're currently seeing on the portal. Actually, I'll just refresh that page because I changed it in the last demo. So we can see Uncle's middle name appearing here, and we can see Uncle's middle name here in the CRM. Now I can go in and quickly make a change to the CRM just through the form editor that's included in Dynamics CRM. And the form, because it's related to the website, if I remove Uncle's middle name, let's say, and save and publish the change, I can actually see that change affected in the portal right away. Now, this really is showing the capacity to add any kind of field from CRM into the forms that are exposed on the portal and allow them to be part of the portal experience for the customer. So if I invalidate the cache and just get the latest version of this page, we'll see nickname move up and Uncle's middle name is going to disappear here shortly. And there we go. This is representative of functionality that happens across the whole website. Anywhere you see a form or a view, you're going to be able to use Dynamics CRM configuration techniques, not development or customization, to manage the site components. Also, I mentioned this news list. This is an integration with CRM's marketing platform, allowing you to take typical marketing lists and relate them to the web portal. So you'll see the news list here in CRM. The reason that that news list is showing up on our portal is that we've actually related it to the website with a simple relationship, and you'll see here that Community Portal is one of the sites that's going to display this news list. So we can have as many different subscription lists as we want, and we can add them to the website very simply with just that new relationship in CRM. So now that we've completed our profile, we're going to slip over to the help desk. Now our help desk scenario provides a couple of different gated functionalities on the way in, and they can be removed if need be, but for the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to use the ones that are default within the solution. So the first thing that we can see here is that I've been granted access to see my own cases. We can see a couple of cases that are live, and we can certainly probably see a couple of cases that have been closed as well. this represents the existing cases that I've already got in the system, and they're tailored to just my view. So they're only showing the ones that are related back to me as a customer. I can start up a new case by engaging with our site search. Now this is just a sample site, so there's not a lot of content here. But by search for content, we can find a couple of pages that may relate back to my case. This is what we would consider case deflection, and we've really endeavored to use all of the possible content within the web portal to allow us to deflect as many cases away from actually being started as possible. Now, if we don't find the answer that we need within our search results, we can open a new support request. This next step that we're taking here is a part of what we would consider an entitlement process. So this again can be added or removed depending on what your needs are with the help desk, but in this case we've got an entitlement process that allows us to check to see if the customer has an active support policy based on the number of cases that they've been allowed, and this person doesn't have any. So we're going to go through and purchase a new support plan, just a single case at $100 in this case, and you'll see that our process bar is moving. We're now 25% of the way through, and now 50 once we've completed that step. This progress bar relates back to configured forms in CRM. You can actually build this functionality out using CRM configuration techniques. So the next thing we're seeing here is that we're going to pay for our case. This is a built-in integration that we have with Authorize.net. We've also got integration with PayPal that allows us to take payment online without keeping that information in CRM. This wouldn't be subject to PCI audit. And we're going to take this sort of fake payment information here and process it, purchasing the case that we need to use. Now once we've got that case purchased, we can start to build out the new support request that we have. So here you can see a couple of different options here, fields that are read-only, fields that are read-write, fields that I need to fill out, or mandatory fields with the star on them, fields that are of other types like drop-down, etc. So so this is a problem. Again, the fields that are here are completely arbitrary. You can choose to add or remove fields from this list if you need to have other fields that are more representative of what you would need for a case. Or again, if you want to create a completely new application based on some other entity in CRM, this represents being able to expose those kinds of forms to your portal users. So now that I've got my case sort of created, I've put in all the required fields that I needed, we get moved along to a view of that case and its current details in CRM. Again, arbitrary list of fields, but we can see a couple of activities that we can take on this case once it's in place. The first thing that we can do is we can see that we can update the case by changing some of the fields that are available to us. In this case, we've only got the one option for change currently. We can also add notes. Notes relate back to the same way that notes work in CRM, so where is my help? And in this case, we can also attach a file, so we can drop in a screenshot or some related bit of information. Again, this functionality isn't tied into just what you can do on cases, but what you can do with really any entity in CRM. Now, once we've got this all put together here, we can go back into CRM and see that the data that we've just set up from the portal is now available in the CRM as you would expect from creating that case internally. So here's the I need more site content case that I just created. And we'll be able to see the details that I added from the portal side, so the relationship to my contact record, the title and the type and the description that we put in. We can also slip down to the notes area and see that there's now this new note with star web star associated with it here. So star web star is a way that we've allowed for both internal and external notes. If a note does not have star web star on it, Corey should write his own content. Maybe that note is just not supposed to make it back to the website, but if we wanted to create a note to ask him a question or to give him some new information, we can drop that note in there, and with the star web star on it, it'll now be associated with the web view. So we can see there's a couple of different notes that I've just added there. If we go back to the website, we'll be able to see those new notes. Now, this sort of leads me to another point where I'm talking about this idea of the data that we're putting in from the website is going into CRM the same way that any other data would if you had done it as an internal user. Really, the website is basically impersonating a single user of Dynamics CRM. And any activity that happens on the web is going to happen on their behalf. Maybe it's a service user. What that allows for is for you guys to make choices about how you run workflows against new data in CRM. So if somebody creates a new record, but it's the web service user, maybe you have a different workflow that happens based on that activity. Or maybe there's a activity that only is supposed to make it to the web. You can have a workflow that fires to send a notification to the web user. So now that I can see here the how can we help node has appeared, I maybe resolve the case because I'm satisfied with the resolution. Thanks. It helped. And once we resolve the case on the portal side, it'll affect new data in CRM to show that it's resolved there as well. Now this is a pretty simple path through a help desk scenario, but I really wanted to give you guys a good understanding of sort of the framework capabilities of an Adxstudio portal. Again, reminding you that this is not just for the help desk, but also for really any kind of data in CRM. We have a number of different portal solutions that are pre-built to sort of give you an example of sites that would be easily built out of the box with solutions that we already have. And really, the sky's the limit. If you've built something into your CRM to store a new kind of data, maybe a project management app or some other kind of information that you're storing about your customers and you want to let them interact with it, the Adxstudio Portals framework is a really efficient way of bringing that out to your external visitors. And I think with that, I'm going to just pause and pass it back along.
Great, Corey. Thank you so much. We really just, one of the things we want to do is just make sure that all of our folks can see their world. And I think today, in this brief but powerful session, you were able to see some of the things that you can really do in CRM with ADX portals. So thanks again for your attendance. We are going to leave the control panel up for just a few more moments if you want to throw out your questions, and one of our experts will get with you offline for that. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.